Okay, welcome, guys. I believe some of you can hear me, and this is our first class on HTML, and it's going to go on. I don't know why some of you are not here yet, but let's wait for them a little bit. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Uh, waiting for we waiting for you, but no. So I'm going to continue regardless. So the
The other day,
I showed you
I
guys
showed you
about
guys about
getting our
getting
stuff
our
on
stuff
GitHub.
on GitHub.
So
So
we made
we made
this
this
index
index
file the
file
other day
the other day when we created
when we
when we
created
created
so we
so
are
we
going
are
to
going
use
to
it
use it
and
and
do
do
our
our
first.
first.
So
So
what
what
is
is
HTML?
HTML?
HTML
HTML
is
is
stands
and
for
for
hypertext
hypertext
markup.
markup language.
It
It
stands
stands
for
for
hypertext
hypertext
markup language,
language,
and
and
it
it
is
is
used
used
to
to
writing
writing
or okay. Um, is it
is it
still
still
echoing,
echoing,
Chris?
Chris?
Okay,
Okay,
HTML
HTML
stands
stands
for
for
hypertext
hypertext
markup
markup
language.
language.
It
It
is
is
the
the
skeleton
skeleton
of
of
every
every
web
web
page
page
that
that
we
we
are
are
seeing
seeing
online.
online.
So
So
when
when
it
it
comes
comes
to
to
web
web
applications
applications
or
or
websites,
websites,
HTML in
HTML
the
in the
human
human
body
body
is
is
still.
still.
Sorry, let
Sorry,
me
let me
switch
switch
off
off
my
my
speed.
speed.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
is
is
it
it
still
still
echoing?
echoing?
Chris,
Chris,
is
is
it
it
still
still
echoing?
echoing?
Okay, I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna
gonna
go
go
on.
on.
So,
So,
okay,
okay,
thank
thank
you.
you.
So,
So
what
what
is
is
HTML?
HTML?
HTML
HTML
is
is
HTML
HTML
stands for
stands for
Hypertext
hypertext
Language.
language.
It
It
is
is
just the
just the
skeleton of
skeleton of
every web
every
page.
web page.
Without
Without
HTML,
HTML,
without
without
HTML,
HTML,
no
no
web
web
page
page
able
able
to
to
be
be
seen on
seen
the
on the
browser.
browser.
So
So
HTML
HTML
is
is
like a
like a
human being,
human being,
the
the
skeleton,
skeleton,
and in a
and in a
human being they
human being
have
they have
a
a
skeleton, a
skeleton, a
body,
body,
and
and
brain.
brain.
So
So
HTML is the
HTML is the
skeleton
skeleton,
working most
working
of
most of
everything. CSS is like the body, it helps to beautify, make you look good, make you look nice. And JavaScript is the brain, or PHP or any other scripting language. So HTML is not a scripting language. I repeat, HTML is not a scripting language. So let's go further into HTML and how to write our first HTML and our first static page. Just a minute. Okay, to start your first HTML, you, sorry, just in a minute, let me activate something. Okay, we're back. Start your first HTML. You
you
first of
first
all
of all
tell the
tell the
browser
browser
what type
what
of
type of
document is
document
what type of
what type of
document is going
document
to
is going
proceed.
to proceed.
So the
So
first
the
thing you are
first thing
going
you are
to
going
do
to do
is
is
type
type
doc type.
doc type.
HTML. So after that, the next thing you are going to type HTML. Every HTML tag gets locked inside the HTML. First of all, I'm going to tell you guys what tags are. Tags are HTML elements that you put your HTML content inside. So without adding this HTML tag here, browser will not be able to put your HTML file or test it. It will see it as a plain text. Have our closing tag here. Still hear me? Chris, can you still hear me? Okay. Sorry about that. I think network is playing with us. So network was playing with us. Okay, so now let's continue. Okay, in HTML we have an opening tag and closing tag. Without this HTML tag here, the browser will not be able to read your file. So it will just see it as a text. So after the HTML tag. Okay. Sorry about the echo. I'm still trying to fix what's happening. So after the HTML tag, have the head tag. In the head tag, that's where you put what you call the metadata. Without the metadata. Okay, sorry, let me mute. Okay. Chris, is this still echoing? Chris, can you hear me? Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry about the whole commotion and everything. It was due to service and all, but I think it's fixed now. Can any of you still hear me? Please, can you hear me? Ah, so sorry. It's because of service and everything. Chris, can you hear me? I'm sorry about the audio. Okay, so you guys can hear me now. Great, great, great. That's great. So let's continue. Okay, Jeffrey Joy, you can hear me, right? Okay, let's continue. So after the head, for those that is just coming now, let's start all over so you can get it up to speed. So for you to start your HTML file, first of all, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language. It is not a scripting language because it cannot actually make the elements be responsive or react with the user. So it's just a language, it's just a skeleton. It's just like a dead body. It's just there, plain and there, nothing. It doesn't work or move on its own. It needs help. So for us to create our first static page on network, oh god, the service is really, really bad and it's pissing me off. So sorry about all the service issues. Network is very, very bad from here, really bad. And I've been trying to fix it all, but I don't know what's going on. But just have to make do with what we have and what you are seeing. We are saying back to what we are saying. HTML is just a markup language, and without the help of JavaScript or other scripting languages, it will not be able to respond or be interactive with the user. So, first of all, to start your HTML file, you type doctype HTML. This is the first thing you will type. It will tell the browser that to treat this file as a HTML file and to add all the attributes of HTML to this file. So after this, the next thing you are going to type is HTML. So without typing this HTML, the browser will not be able to reach the contents of this file. It will see it as a plain text. The browser will just display it back as a plain text. So without this, the browser will not be able to read this as a HTML file. Jeffrey, I'm sorry, it was all about service, but I fixed it now. So after that, the next thing you have is your head tag. In your head tag, that's where you have all your metadata, everything, anything that is inside this head tag will not be seen on your web page. Everything you add inside this head tag will not be seen on your web page. So this head tag is invisible to a human being. It's invisible to the user because the browser uses this head tag to do some work on your HTML file. So a normal human being wouldn't see these head tags, or neither will the user see the value or whatever it is that's in this head tag. So actually I skipped to tell you guys what HTML tags are. HTML tags are HTML elements. Uh, let's say they are fixed syntax. They call them syntax because they are specific to HTML, and without them you can't be able to display any element on the HTML page or your website. So that's why we use the HTML tags. So in HTML, they have the opening tag and the closing tag. So this right here is an opening tag, and this right here is a closing tag. So without the closing tag, the browser wouldn't be able to read this file completely. And if there are any other thing that was added, that any other attribute that's supposed to be added to these tags, the browser wouldn't be able to push them out completely. So with that being done and that being said, let's go ahead to create our first hello world static page. So first of all, we are going to put what we call the body. The HTML body tag is where all your content, all your file is going to be. Everything concerning is going to be in this HTML tag. Is going to be in here. So everything, including your paragraphs, your headings, your whatever that you want the user to see, is going to be inside this body tag, inside here. That's where everything, that's where all your codes are going to come in. Everything concerning your code, that is where it's going to show up inside here. So apart from that, the HTML head can be able to display something, but not everything, not a lot of things. It can only display the title of your page. So let's first of all go ahead and create the title of our page. So to create that title, you have the title tag. Inside this title tag, whatever you write in this title tag is what's going to show up on your HTML head. So let me show you guys an example of what's going to show up on your HTML head. Like when you put the title properly, this is what's going to show up. Let me show you guys an example. Okay, let's use this for an example. Okay, in your, oh god, now that service outage. Great, just perfectly great. Service, nice one. Gene, just fine. Come on, load. I'm so sorry about all of that. So back to what we are saying. In our, okay, in your head tag, when you add that title, this is what's going to show up. Like you guys see my arrow, this border, this bootstrap borders, that is what the head tag does. That is what the title does. When you put your title, you're just going to see this here and nothing else. So now let's go back to our code and let us continue with what we are doing. Okay, so back to our code. So let's add our own title here in our code. We are going to have it with our index. Okay, let's call it my first HTML file. Okay, so this is our first HTML file. Let's save it, Control X. So now we are going to have a multiple screen so that we can be able to see the output of our code and see where it's going. So let's share an entire screen, which is this guy. Okay, so now we've shared our entire screen. Okay, I hope you guys can see. So now we've shared our entire screen. So let's hide this guy and show this guy. Okay, so let us run this code and then see if this our head tag actually showed. So let us run it here. Okay, we're just going to minimize this and so we can be able to see them side by side. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, we are back. Let's continue with what we are doing. So I'm going to run this code now so we can see what it actually does and see if we can see that. So let's go live. This is an extension you have to install later. I will show you guys how to install it a bit. So when it goes live, it will show up. Okay, it's already started. It has gone live. So the file should show up here and we should be able to see this over here. So let's continue. So I'm sorry that you guys wouldn't hear me or couldn't hear me for a while. I'm so sorry about that. So what is it saying? Okay, sorry, it's displaying something else, which is not supposed to be here. So let's get it cleared out. Okay. I think we are going to stop this. We are going to stop it. And we are going to do it over again. And let's see if it will work later. So let's give it another try. Sorry, some things we are running in my background, so that's why we couldn't see all of that. But okay, let's start it out this way. We're going to go here and push it from here. Sorry about all of that. So we're just going to go to our file and do it. So I'm sorry for those of you that are leaving and can't hear. I think we just have to reschedule this class and hopefully I think we have to reschedule the class because of network issues. I'm so sorry about all of that. So you just have to reschedule the class.